Hello Virgo, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy the reading. If you're new, welcome. This is a general collective reading for your sign. You can also cross-watch to my other videos for more insights if you are tracking your moon placement or your Venus placement or even your rising sign. You'll get more insight there as well. For those that are new to the channel, I normally pull out three zodiac cards, 3 house cards for the month, and then I build the reading from there. So let's see what comes out for you. We've got second house, so financial concerns, maybe, or self-worth even. We've got 11th house, we've got 5th house. Okay, let's get some astrological guidance. Venus, so a little windfall coming, it looks like. Capricorn, and void of course moon. Bottom of the astrological deck is South Node, life debts. So some stuff that needs to be dropped, some things that need to be released. Let's get some goddess guidance. Mary Magdalene, Sedna, infinite supply, we've got Sarasvati. Bottom of the goddess deck is Una, easy does it. Let's get a destiny card. Reflection. Okay. Let's get a fairy tarot. Seven of Autumn. Bottom of the fairy tarot is Six of Summer, or Six of Cups. Okay. All right. So okay, I think let's start here. We've got South Node, life debts. So this is some aspect of your life is kind of falling away from you now, or is sort of leaving your life, or just you outgrowing it and moving forward. And if you are lingering in a situation which needs to be released, then you're going to start to be feeling really uncomfortable, and that is a sign then to push you out of that. If you still insist on lingering, then South Node will step in, and usually this indicates like a big door slamming shut or something ending in order to push you forward. So this really can be quite an important sort of epiphany or a turning point, but it can be quite abrupt and quite sudden, or just, whatever it is or whoever it is kind of just, you don't resonate with them anymore, so you kind of part company. Or it could be memories, it could be situations from your past that did feature up until a point, and now they don't anymore. But this is about releasing. South Node is always about releasing baggage, releasing old beliefs, attitudes, and the way you looked at things. And in some cases, it can be people. Usually people are involved, but this is about releasing the past so that you can move forward. You kind of free yourself up from past situations. And in some cases it can be a little bit painful, or can be a little bit, as I said, make you very uncomfortable, or you just feel like you need to grow. But there's things that need resolving and ending, or some kind of closure. So that can all come in with the South Node. It really depends on where you are at in your development and your consciousness level. So some things are purely internal that need to be released, and this can be attitudes or belief systems about yourself or about others, or about sort of past experiences where your energy has been going round and round in that past experience for a long time, and it now needs to be released and pulled back so that you can take yourself forward into the future. But it can also be external, as I said, where you are literally letting go of things around you, or where you are currently, or just whatever it may be, certain situations that you need to release. It's basically letting go of baggage, things that are heavy, things that are weighing you down. And it can also be inhibitive behavior. And in some cases it may even be a relocation or a change of situation. It depends, but it's letting go of the past, releasing things that no longer serve you anymore. Now we've got here Six of Summer. This is the bottom of the Fairy Tarot. So children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently, in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. So this is where the reflection comes in. So I do feel that you are needing to do this in some way, shape or form. You're being asked to release a lot of things, whether this is physical things or emotional circumstances or attitudes, mindsets, things like that, or whether it can be actually people or experiences that you now have outgrown. So this can be issues from your childhood, or just things from your childhood, it could be places you've lived or circumstances, and it could even be, as I say, certain people popping back. And as I said, with the South Node, sometimes they can come back because there's closure required, or what it does is sometimes it gives you a glimpse. You look at that situation or that person again, and you realize that you've changed or you've moved on, and you're seeing them differently now. And as it says, in a worse or better light, whichever you can apply it as it needs to be. But it's always about emotions, and it's kind of memories and nostalgia and sentimentality, and all of those things may come in. And you just sometimes have to take a different look. Or things may have appeared more rosy and dreamy, or you may have been under some kind of illusion. All of these things can come in. So it's kind of just seeing something or a situation for what it really was in your life, or just seeing it with some clarity, and therefore you get closure. So it could be a personal situation, something popping back, or some kind of memory, or some sort of situation which repeats, which reminds you of something, and then it really is an opportunity to let it go and release it so that you can move forward. So now we've got second house owing. So this is the house of income, all forms of income, however your income comes to you. But it's also the house of your self-worth, and it's the house of your value systems. So what you value in yourself and what you value in others. It's also the house of ownership. So this can be your possessions, your material things, but it also goes as far as land and property, real estate, things like that. And it could even be a profession for you. It's also the looking at your talents, your abilities, your skills. All of these may be coming up. Whatever is inherent in you, any one of those areas may be featuring with the second house. So now we've got Venus love here. So this is, I feel, connected to either a windfall that may be coming in for you, and sort of assessing that, or what you can do with that windfall or that monetary support. It could also be about money matters in general. and you may want to spend a little bit lavishly with the Venus. The Venus sometimes loves luxury, so you could be wanting to splash out on something. So just be aware it's falling into your second house, which is the income house. So always make sure that you are, it's fine to spoil yourself and do those sorts of things, but just have a little bit put aside so that you are also paying yourself back as well to carry you forward for whatever endeavors that you've got. But it looks like something like that coming in. It could also be the rising up of love, and this can be love for self, and also it can be an assessment from a value system. So you may be looking at things differently to how you did, and this could very well be to do with the South Node again, looking back at the past or releasing things that no longer serve you, or just a sort of a refinement of love and of your view of monetary matters and your view of luxuries, what you term luxuries, what is valuable to you and what is not. Weighing all that up can come in with the Venus card. But I do feel it is also about self-appreciation, self-love, all of those things. You need to direct your love towards yourself first, primarily, so that you fill up your cup. And then you've got something to offer other people. So you can't come from an empty cup. That's as simple as it is. So everything to do with that, it's understanding love, the different concepts of love, but it also may be fostering a greater appreciation of your income, or a greater appreciation of your self-worth, or of your value systems. You're now doing some sort of refinement with regards to that. It can also be the rising up of talents and skills, as I said, which are artistic or creative in nature. Now with Venus, she does cover that as well. So this is also the appreciation of the arts. And this could be supporting an artistic endeavor or a creative endeavor, or it could be that these talents and abilities have been triggered, or you're now focusing on certain things now. Perhaps you are refining your artistic or your creative abilities. And it's the appreciation of that. As I said, Venus is really about all aspects of love, self-love right through to personal love and universal love, and the understanding of that, and monetary affairs come in there, and the appreciation of beautiful things, art galleries, places where art can be appreciated, nature and so on as well. So all of these things are coming in. We've also got Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. So this could be a very strong lesson in self-love coming up for you, where you are actually now having to really let go of past attitudes, beliefs, and inherent behavior or programming that you have inherited from others, from your family, or once you've had an experience in your life, your energy tends to get trapped in that experience if it was difficult for you. You actually need to release, after any difficult circumstance, you really need to do a lot of inner work to release yourself from that. And if you haven't done that, then it tends to kind of stay in your shadow, in your unconscious, until it is released. So I feel there's a lot of to do with that unconditional love of self, and also then you can spread it outwards as well, because the second house can be quite materialistic as well. So you may be seeing aspects of that in other people, or you may be looking at your material goods differently now. You may also be just applying this lovely mindset or heart set to a lot of things that are going on in your second house. And this can be coming back into that unconditional love for self and for others and for any situation, and always coming back to that, coming back to unconditional love, coming back to unconditional love. That makes you much more compassionate. It makes you much more able to make decisions and to see things in a different light and without judgment. And that's judgment for self and possibly for others as well. So all of these aspects may be coming in for you, but it's basically saying that, come back to this for yourself and for your life and how you have lived your life up until this point, and everything that is unfolding for you in the second house. Be more compassionate with yourself, and self-appreciation, refinement, and understanding. We've also got here 11th house. So this is the house of friendships. It's also the house of all kinds of group activities. So this can be, like an association or a society or a network that you're involved in. It can be online groups or any kind of group that you're a member of. And it could even be your social circle or your social groups. It can be a group of companies, everything, that to do with that. But it's about connecting, networking, sourcing information from others, from a group, a bigger collective. It can even be the collective that you're a member of. It's also your personal hopes and dreams, your personal wishes for the future, your vision that you're working towards, what it is your ideal, what is your ideal, what is your vision for yourself and your hobbies and your interests and all of these things that make up you, what it is that you're kind of, visioning for yourself. All of those aspects come in. It's also about global consciousness, social reform and causes, and your role in those if you're involved in some way. And I notice there's a lot of that coming out at the moment. A lot of people are turning to more community-based issues or supporting social reforms. And this is about building, community building. So a lot of people are getting involved in that. Or it could just be that are you interested in some sort of cause, or you may be seeing sort of global trends and currents, and that may be important for you in your profession or your artistic or your creative side. Maybe tapping into that at this time. So we've got here Capricorn I use. So this is a very I use literally. So the Capricornians are very good at utilizing their resources, and they're very ambitious and goal oriented. And once they set themselves on a task, they will see it through dogged determination, and they will literally keep going. They're very ambitious, hardworking, and almost too much actually. So with the Capricorn, it's saying to you, bring this energy into your 11th house. You may be needing to network or use your contacts, or sort of harness, more from that side, groups that you're members of, societies, associations, whatever it is. You may be needing to utilize that more at this time to assist you in some way. Or it could be that you're needing to bring in the Capricorn qualities, which is goal setting, ambitious, and very, very focused on what they're doing, and business-like as well, be business-like. It can also be that you may be meeting people who are important. So this can be business-related, or it can be personally related, and this is how you build up your contacts and your network. So you could be meeting some very powerful people at this time. And it can also be literally, making use of your networks and the people that you are connecting with, to foster those relationships to help you and assist you in some way. And it can also be, the Capricorn energy can also be about maturity and being mature and sort of wise about what it is that you're putting together. And there's a certain amount of building and structure and systematic energy that comes in with Capricorn, building and creating a foundation for life. That is all coming in with this energy. So whether this is in amongst your friends, or it's to do with your hopes and your dreams and your visions for the future, or whether it's group situations that you're trying to foster there. We've got here set an infinite supply at the top. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So what she's saying is that do not worry that your needs are going to be met. You're going to have a roof over your head. You're going to have enough food on your table, and all of those, your needs are going to be met. This is an abundant universe, all right? Even though you are told it's not, it is an abundant universe. And when you give to yourself, when you look after yourself, and when you apply unconditional love to yourself, and then it spreads outwards to others, then your scales are balanced. Then you are coming from a full cup, not an empty cup. And as soon as you do that, as soon as you balance those energies of giving and receiving, masculine and feminine, all of those, as soon as you balance all of those energies within yourself, then you can tap into a very abundant mindset, a very abundant stream, because you're settled, you're neutral, everything is in its place. And but she's saying that don't have fears about that. You will have what you need, and just tap into that abundance. Enjoy the, there's lots of sea life there. So if you can spend time near the ocean, or take walks there, go for meditations there, just spend time at the ocean wherever you can, whenever you can, just enjoy that. Or you can also even support, and it did come up with the 11th house that some of you may be interested in causes which support the ocean creatures and so on, marine biology or marine concepts. So that may be coming up, but she's very much in touch with the sea, and she's just connected to all the waters of life. And this is your emotional, your emotional, elemental and spiritual body of the planet. So connect to that. In some cases, for some of you, it may be that you may need to spend more time at an ocean, or it may be that some of you want to relocate or live closer to the ocean. There's lots of ways that this can come in. But whatever it is that you're trying to envision for yourself, and your hopes and your dreams, what you're visioning for yourself in the 11th house, use your resources, use your contacts, use your networks, and anybody that's coming into your sphere, nurture those contacts, and know that, this is an abundant universe, and that you can have access to these things, and that possibly you should look at spending more time near an ocean, or move to an ocean fraternity, or just go there to fill up your cup, to fill up your that side of you, that connection to the ocean, if possible, and or a water body even. But it's about your hopes and your dreams, and connecting with others. Some of you may also be have support from friends that may be coming in. Maybe they are your support network at this time, people that support you, that get you, that know you, and they may be able to support you or give you advice or just help you in some way as well with this. Now we've got here 5th house. So 5th house is the house of creativity. It's also the house of children. It's the house of fun, all recreational activities, all pleasurable activities, whatever it may be, whether it's a physical activity or a handcraft or actual creative activity that you're involved in, or artistic, whatever is applying to you. And it's also the house of risk. Okay, so all of these things come in, but it's your individuality, your stamp on things, your flair comes in with this house. Now it seems to me that you're wanting to initiate something. It could be an activity, or it could be a creative project, or it could be to do with children, either your own children or other children that you may be involved with at this time. So there's something that you're wanting to initiate, and something that you want to get going. Now at the top here you've got Sarasvati, the arts. Express yourself through creative activities. So this is going to help you in some way, shape or form. Now we are all born creative. Not all of us are artistic, but we are all born creative. So whatever it may be, whatever is right for you. In this case she is playing a musical instrument, but it can be any kind of activity that is enjoyable and it's kind of got this creative aspect to it. Now for some people this may be cooking, for some people this is handcrafts, for others it's drawing, for others it's modeling clay or making mosaics, or whatever it is, baking cakes and doing little fairy cakes, and whatever is creative for you. It's what this helps you to do is to stay in the present moment. And for some people it is playing an instrument, even though you may not think you're very good. It's the act of doing it. That's what raises your vibration, raises your frequency, and it brings you into the present moment. And when you do that, you free yourself up from gunning for a particular thing in your life. So it could be something that you're trying to initiate and you're being frustrated with it, or it could be something you're trying to launch, or something that you're trying to initiate. It could even be relating to children. If you have children, they may be wanting to do this, and you're trying to assist them, or you're trying to guide them in some way. But whatever it is, spend time in artistic or creative activities, because it raises your vibration, it brings you into the present moment, and all things are possible in the present moment. That is where your decisions are made, where you are at your most powerful. So bear that in mind. At the bottom here we've got void of course moon. So this is saying that something that you want to initiate in this 5th house, something is is kind of going to be delayed, or it may just be going quiet, or it's saying that this is not the right time to be initiating or making big sort of strides in a particular direction, or launching something, or just initiating something which is very, very important to you. It's saying that there will more than likely be sort of a pause. Void of course moon is a pause period. What happens is the moon goes into a shadow period between signs where there's nothing happening. But what it's saying is that things are not as they seem. So it could be that you're trying to read a situation, you're just not getting information, and that is why it's because of this energy. So pull back from that, because if you try to launch or initiate something big in this 5th house, it's going to you're going to get no result, or the wrong result, because you're pushing your energy into it. Just pull back. Go into a state of more like reflection. This is why you've got this reflection. It's a sort of a pause period. It's a time to dream, to plan, and to rest and recover. Sort of go through a restful period. And just continue with your normal daily routines and other things that you may be busy with. Just step back. Don't put all your energy into something that you don't want to manifest. Just step back, and don't launch anything, or don't initiate anything while this energy is in play. But it creates like a shadow period where you cannot see. You haven't got all the facts. You can't see what it is exactly that needs to be done. So it's like a delay, or it's a period where you pull back. And things may not be what they seem. So you may look at something and think, well, this is whatever, but in actual fact, that is not how it appears, because the moon goes into a shadow period. You don't have her light shining on things. So just wait, and in the meantime, dream, plan, get yourself ready, so that when the energy does shift again, then you are ready to move forward. Now, we've also got here 7 of autumn. So have patience, and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. So this is why we've got the void of course moon here. Okay, so this is something, it's a creative project, or it's something that you're trying to, some kind of something that is requiring your individuality, your stamp, your flair, your sort of originality, or it could be child related or children related, or it could be to do with an activity, which are sort of an activity that you want to get involved in, whether it's creative or fun, or it could be physical, like a physical activity. You could be wanting to join a club or take up a sport, whatever it may be. It can also be a love affair in some cases, in the 5th house, or it's something that you want to launch, and there's a little bit of risk involved in that. Okay, and it's just saying, have patience. All right, don't worry, which is what Sedna says here, infinite supply. Do not worry. Do not just rest in this, that you have infinite supply, that this is an abundant universe, and that you will have what you need. All right, so take a step back. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. So this is about dreaming and planning, and a prudent investment of your time or money. So this is about pulling back your energy, and getting ready for when it is that the tide turns, and now you can really go forward with something that you've been planning. And it could also be that you're wanting to initiate something. With the 2nd house, you could be getting a windfall, or you could be wanting to even purchase something or move forward on something. It could have been a creative project or an artistic project or something like that. But it's saying a prudent investment of time or money. So this requires thought. This requires prudent action, which is normally discerning. Be very discerning. Things are not what they seem right now. Okay, so you haven't got all the facts. So wait until you've got more information before you make a move. So take this time just to dream a little, gather information, rest, take your time, and just wait for things to unfold. Once the energy shifts, then you can move forward. Now, this has also been echoed here again by Una. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. All right. So it's all being echoed. The same thing. Just perhaps do activities which are creative in nature, or artistic in nature, or Just something where you know, it could be even musical instruments, or just spending time in, you know, looking at things which are artistic and beautiful for you, whatever you enjoy, whether it's visiting an art gallery or doodling, whatever it is that's right for you. Just take time out and focus on that, and that will bring you into the present moment. And this is, as I said, the most powerful moment is in the present. That is where you can make decisions, where you have the most power. And she's saying there's no need to hurry or force things to happen, so don't try and push up the river or push things in a direction, because you've got void of course moon here. Okay, so just wait for the tide to turn. But it's saying that everything is occurring in perfect timing. There's no need to be pushing the river. All right. Anything that you want to do, anything that is important to you, that is your pet cause or your beliefs, or something that's very important to you, something that's close to your heart, requires nurturing. Now, this can be a relationship, it can be a cause, it can be a profession, it can be a project you're working on, whatever it may be. It could be your children. And it's saying that all of these things require nurturing. And this is why you have the unconditional love here, and also why you've got Venus. So have love for yourself and have love for your immediates, and just have faith that things are going to work out. If you have been working on something and you want to launch something, you may just have to be continuing as is for now, and on a sort of and then launch whatever it is that you want to do, or be working on whatever it is you want to do on a part-time basis until you can go full-time. So it's just something you do on the side until it gains momentum, and then you can move forward. So just take your time, easy does it. That is the main part of this energy. So just know that divine timing is at play here, and all you're asked to do is get prepared, get ready, do a lot of releasing. You've got a lot of releasing to do here, whether this is physical things, emotional things, whatever it is that's sitting in your unconscious that is holding you back or is heavy. It's getting rid of baggage. So take this time, this sort of delay or this pause period or this slower period, to do that work, to do that inner work, do the releasing, do the thinking and the planning, contact your people, you know, start networking, but do it in a very subtle way, and just wait for the energies to shift with this in the 5th house. With the others, you may find that certain things are occurring, and you can start moving forward, but planning is everything, I feel, at this time. And just know that, you know, there's divine timing and there's no need to hurry or force. Hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and take care. Have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.